I just made more money in one stock than it cost me to have the house that I'm living in right now. Back in 2017, my wife and I, we bought this home and I've been living in it ever since. And we paid about $230,000. And just yesterday, I made about $245,000 on one stock, and that stock was Tesla. Family, I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this because I believe somebody watching this video right now needed to hear the possibilities. And we're in the stock market, which is the greatest wealth vehicle the world has ever seen. And I want to encourage you to believe in yourself. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. So let's start and let's get right into it. The first stock that I'm looking at right now, and if you like to hear that, family, you appreciate that and are feeling like I'm talking to you, please put 100 in the chat. The first stock we're going to talk about is Robinhood, ticker symbol HOOD. I know they got a checkered past. People might not be feeling what they did and this and that. However, remember, you take your heart out of the stock market and you remember the 5 Ps. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Robinhood is a stock that's very likely to be higher, if not significantly higher in the future. But understand, there are no guarantees in the stock market. You could lose money if you don't know what you're doing. I want you to talk to a licensed financial advisor in your area before you start to invest. But let's talk about money that even they not making, family. Let's get into it. Robinhood is currently $117 at the time of this recording. Understand though, this one likes to come back down to a level where I personally like to pick it up. And we've been picking this up in the 90s, but we might not see that for a while, if ever again. So now at about 115, 114, we seen it come down there. When I see this happen again, I'm going to be looking towards this play. And if you want to be up on my trades early, then what I want you to do is get my trades. The link is going to be in the top of the description. I'll see you over there. I actually put them up on a nice website that I want you to see. Go ahead and click on it. We got this October 17th buy call. This is the 120 strike, and this is for 2025. That's what I'll be looking at when I see those levels hit. So I want you to learn how to use a stop loss. I want you to learn how to jump into trades, even stock options, and bet on yourself and actually believe that you could do it. So that's the first one that I'm looking at. The next one I'm looking at, I already sent out buy alerts on this one, and this is ticker symbol GRAB. Grab is about $6.04. It's traveling between the high 5s and then the low 6s currently. Now at 604, if you see this price, you're very likely to be able to get it in the high 5s. This is one of those stocks that I tell you that you have to watch like a hawk because it's such a small company. However, this is a company that's tied up to your different ride sharing apps, your different delivery services, and especially in other countries. So this is one that when you see your Ubers running up, when you see your Lyfts running up, this is one that's kind of tied to that. So make sure you're paying attention to it at a minimum. And it's only a $6 stock with a very small market cap. So when you play things like this, you got to watch it like a hawk. And I encourage you to make sure you're in the right circles when you're talking about things like this. Make sure that you looking at it with the eyes that you need to look at it, and not just the, oh, this is going to make me a millionaire overnight and I don't got to do any work, or that you can set it and forget it. This ain't that. This is something that you got to pay attention to, be like a sniper with, so you could get in, make that money, and do what you need to do. This is where the institutions buy it. I often tell you, you want to scroll until you see huge jumps. And then right before that jump, that's where the institutions have made it push up. Often, the retail investors only can make it push up a little bit, but the institutions are the ones who, boom, throwing it up. So that gem that I just put on you, I want you to always use it. Scroll through and look for where you're seeing huge jumps right at the bottom. That's where you will prefer to get it oftentimes. This one, I sent out this buy alert already, and I want you to be up on those. That's why I told you you could join KGU in the spots that are available. Some spots are not available, but some are potentially. So go ahead and check. Grab. This is what you would look for. The June 17th, 2027 call option. This is buy call, and it's a 5.5 call option strike, and it's currently 205. That's the one that you can look towards with this one, but you would prefer to get it on a drop, like I always said. For my people who like the long-term stocks and you're looking for one that is really, really turning it all the way up, I'm telling you this right now, family, it's Google, ticker symbol GOOGL. This is Google Class A. It's currently 250. We like this one potentially to run up to 300, if not even 270. So somewhere in that range within the next year to a little bit longer, especially if we get interest rate cuts and we see consumers spending more. When consumers spend more, they oftentimes are Googling things more, searching things more, using Google Chrome, using Gmail. The news on Google is this: for the very first time in the App Store, ChatGPT has been first, but Gemini has overtaken them. Now, they might not be able to hold that position over ChatGPT, but they overtook it and people were counting Gemini out again and again and again. But now they're competing in a major way and people are downloading the app faster than ever before. This is going to help to pump the fundamentals of Google. We look at the technicals, but fundamentally, Google is still crazy on point. If you got in with us, then you've been buying this way before in the lower 100s. But now we still are interested in getting more because oftentimes they tell you average down, buy it low, buy it low, buy it low. And we want to buy it low. But what do you do when it's high? Does it still make sense to buy things after they run up some? If the financials are running up, then it can make sense. Check this out. Google has a price to earnings of about 26. Whenever you look at modern tech stocks, they generally live with a price to earnings of about, let's call it 30 in that area. So you see it at 26, then generally that's decent compared to its peers. Now let's look at the financial estimates, what Google is telling you that they expect to make. So when you look at this orange line, notice the trend is up from 89 billion, 94 billion, 99 billion to 108 billion. Family, this is money that they expect to make quarter after quarter after quarter, and it's going up. And they might be surprised with that boost in revenue coming in from the Gemini app, from everybody downloading it and using it. So Google is one that I would do what? Dollar cost average into. If I ever see it in the lower 200s, I would really go heavier down there, but I'm okay buying it where it is because not only is the stock going up, the financials are also going up too, meaning they're making more money. Then we got to look at Uber, ticker symbol UBER. If you was rolling with us, you was buying Uber long before it got near $100. We was loading up on Uber. I want to say, let me actually go and look and just double check. We were loading up on Uber when it was $68. I was sending out those buy alerts and now it's $97, $99. So we killing it right now, up over 40%. But you got to be in the know. You got to be with the right team so you could really fulfill all your dreams, family. I'm going to keep it real with you like that. But Uber is one I want you to keep your eye on. Let's get to the money. Let's get to the bag. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, family. But if you can't do the heat, these hot stocks, stay out of the kitchen. Consider investing in index funds. I want you to get some free stocks. Use the Moon link in the top of the description. Best investing app around. Give you the most information, and they're going to give you some bonuses when you go and sign up. I just heard somebody say they put $5,000 on Moon, and then they were able to get a whole lot of the grab stock, and now they up a crazy percent. So I don't know what free stocks you're gonna get, but they give you the free stocks after you sign up and put your money on it. That's how you're gonna do it, family. So I always encourage you to invest in yourself. Remember, like I said before, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And I believe in you. If nobody told you that today, I'll see you in the next one. Links are in the top of the description, family. Take care.